Okay, so this is a model railroad update. Unfortunately, I haven't gotten the train set yet, which I'm a little upset about. I'm supposed to be here this past Wednesday or Thursday, and I have yet to receive it. I emailed the person, or him or her, I'm not sure, as to when it's supposed to get here. It doesn't even say it's been shipped yet, and I'm a little upset about that. So I'm going to contact eBay either tomorrow or the next day, probably Monday, because today's Saturday. I don't even know what the date is. But as you can see, the train layout is now in the basement. It's got to get cleaned up. I put a light up towards the top, and or I put a light. There was barely any light in here. Just one light bulb on the far side. I mean, because we're not really in here too much, and my mom said I could keep the train layout down here, so I moved it in here. I actually just moved in here a couple hours ago. Actually, probably just an hour ago. I kind of cleaned up this space a little bit. There was a bunch of junk over here, and just kind of shoved it over for now. I'm going to clean it up afterwards and turn this into a sort of a model railroad hobby room. But as you can see, I cut out part of the tunnel, or the raised portion of the city. Just cut this portion off. As you can see, this is how I've cut it on the inside. I did that, like a week ago or whatever. I have one track. I almost have a whole loop done. As you can see, this is basically what it's going to look like. I have the code 55 track there for the crossover. I'm not going to use that. I got my other flex track that I ordered too. Part of it was broken, which I was a little upset about as well. But I'm not going to use code 55. I'll probably use this code 55 to build another layout at some point. I'm thinking like a older steam locomotive type layout. I'll use this older looking code 55 track, and I'm just going to purchase more of this code 80 track. I really like this. The rails are a little bit taller. I think it'll be really good and look really good with the Amtrak train once I get it, if I get it, or I'll just get my money back hopefully and get a different one, or just buy a brand new one. I also got everything else except the train set in. I got all this cork, which all the cork is laid down and glued. Some of the areas kind of didn't turn out as well as I hoped. I haven't built a train layout in quite a while. It's been a few years, and I haven't done one in a while, so my modeling skills aren't the greatest, but they're going to get back to the way they were. Just been so focused with school lately, with college, it's just been pretty crazy. So, but I decided I wanted to build this layout, and I've been making updates. This is the third or fourth update. I think it's the third. I still have to paint these hills here. You can see I have that other one. You can really see the layout really well now. Same camera, it's just for some reason this stupid camera just doesn't do well in low light. It's just a really cheap camcorder that I got at Big Lots. I bought it for myself, during Christmas. I got a gift card or something, and I just bought it because I want to start making videos for all my hobbies. But these are the track nails. These are actually older ones that I'm using. These ones are unopened, and I have these rail joiners here. These are for code 80, which I'm glad about. And these are all the ones that are open. I still have like 500 left. But what I did basically to lay down this cork is I just nailed it in place as to where I wanted it. And I'll show you the whole layout plan in a second. But then I removed certain portions, glued those portions down, put the nails back in to hold it in place while it dried, and then removed the nails again. I did that for the whole thing. Basically, my layout, it's going to have two main lines with a yard and some other sidings along the main line. Basically, this is going to cross over for future add-ons to the layout. I got this cross out here. I'm just going to get another one, but code 80 rather than code 55. So the two main lines run here. They kind of split apart a little bit right here to give some, some realistic look to the layout, because not all tracks are right next to each other, as you know. I have a siding over here, and I haven't decided if I want to join it underneath the tunnel here, or just have a siding here with some old track with an old caboose or something sitting over there. There's going to be an Amtrak platform here. Two main lines continue around here, where there'll be a siding over there for storing some extra cars or engines or something I don't want to use. Then the two lines continue over here, and this is where my yard is. Basically, I got a track here. It's going to be a third line. Now right there, you can see it comes like this and goes back in. That's just going to be a siding, or it can continue along and stop right here just as a third extra long track for cars. And then I have the spur that goes here with two other tracks here where there's going to be a warehouse. And then of course the hills, and that's pretty much it. This is the raised portion, as you know, of the city. I've been working on it. I have a problem with these other retaining walls that I made. I don't know if you can see, but the foam inside kind of got eaten away because I put too much spray paint on at once, and you know, spray paint is really acidic. So I'm going to try and fix these up. You might not be able to notice though when these are up against the layout, like this one in particular goes right here. You might not be able to notice, so I don't know. I have to think about it, but I'm going to try and fix that up a little bit. And basically this portion right here is going to be built so that I can lift it off, but it kind of joins back together like this, and it'll be nice and secured with just some pins, so I can just remove it and whatever structures are on it, and I can access this part of the layout. And I might actually make some tracks to store some things in there. I'm not sure yet. That's pretty much the update. I'll make another one when I get the train set, which hopefully I do get this one. It's an older one, but it's really nice. Amtrak Luster Chrome train set, so it's used, but hopefully everything works if I get it. But hopefully I get my money back and I can get a different one. I was thinking of actually just going to my hobby store and buying some trains, not a whole set because I've already got some tracks. So just thinking about that, and get a power pack too. Thinking about getting an Atlas one, just DC for now, DCC later on. So that's pretty much the update.